Greetings and salutations, friends. I am Nimithrander, and today we continue with the Tournament of Glory in Bloom. So, last time we tried out the offensive side of these team battles. And we didn't score too well on Mualani's run. We managed to get silver rank, but we didn't get the gold. So, we'll try this one more time, and we shall see how we fare. Although now, I think we'll leave Zhongli out. What to do? Because Mualani is required for this. Actually, instead of Zhongli, let's go with Citlali. Because Citlali boosts both Hydro and Pyro reactions. And yeah, this trio of Citlali, Mawika, and Shilonen is kind of my go-to now if I'm trying to boost Pyro or Hydro reactions. Let's see, should I do anything else? Nah, I think that ought to do it. It seems this is mostly a time-based challenge. Can I manage to complete the objectives, breaking the ward, before 6 minutes fly by? First time around, I got a bit carried away just exploring the environment. And not accustomed to Mualani's moveset, my killing was a bit slow. Okay. So, straight away, we'll drop in, capture this point.
Off we go! Keep pushing forward!
And over here, we have a little fight to win.
Need a surfboard? Suffer the wrath of Eastleigh! Fulfill our path! Let's ride! Full throttle! Light up the blazing sun! Surf's up!
Okay.
Off we go!
On to the next camp.
Keep pushing forward!
Not quite enough energy. Looks like it'll be up a little too long to wait.
Laline! East Papa! Get him! Get to work! Fulfill...
Rise with the sun! Pyroclastic surge!
Let's ride!
Come on! Show me your courage!
Amazing! Surf's up! Let's shred, Sharpie! Woohoo!
Okay.
Show no mercy! Suffer the wrath of Eastleigh!
All right.
Amazing!
Okay. That's hit number 1.
That's the finishing blow!
Okay, not enough energy now. Okay, that's hit number 2. Just one more ought to do it.
That's the finishing blow!
Okay, where to? Well, let's head toward
Need a surfboard? Carving wave!
challenge right over here ought to do some good for us. Yep, okay. Gotta be careful not to run into the purple things, the name of which I forget already. Okay. Nope. Crap. Plenty more. I'm wondering if I'm wasting too much time on this. Okay. Let's see, did that break the barrier yet? Yes, it did. All right.
That's the finishing blow!
All right, so we've got 2 minutes.
Let's ride! Coming!
All right, minute and a half to wipe out this lot.
Get him! Show no mercy!
Wrath from the sky! Try and stop me!
All right. Surf's up!
I will say, having to hit the enemy 3 times to get the max charge on the Maloney is a little awkward.
Get to work! Suffer the wrath of the Eastling!
Light of the blazing sun!
All right.
This will take a bit of doing.
Check this out! Best of luck!
Getting vaporized every time because this thing is essentially always on fire,
Amazing!
making it a little easier. Okay. And got the gold. On to the next. Crush the enemy head on. Participate in the defense with Varessa. The beauty of battle is the beauty of power itself. Smashing the enemy's vanguard to bits, fair and square, is the art of how the collective of plenty wages war. Alright, opponent levels 50. Complete. Alright. Complete normal difficulty to obtain a bronze rating. And going to very hard will potentially give us a gold rating. Okay. Yep, I'd actually almost forgotten that you actually have difficulty levels on these further stages. Alright. So, Varessa is our primary. Well, let's see. I have a couple options for this. Martial Trial Scenario. When the current on-field character's plunging attack hits enemies, their crit damage is increased by 40% for 8 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. So potentially 120% bonus. Not bad. Within 50 seconds of receiving the buff, when a character's plunging attack hits enemies, a vortex will be generated at the enemy's position, pulling in nearby enemies that last for 5 seconds. This effect can trigger once every 6 seconds. Okay. So now we have to come up with a good team. And I'm curious to see just how much of a buff Shen Yun is to Verissa. I'm expecting it to be really, really high, frankly. Let's see, who else? I think, for simplicity's sake, we'll go with Moeka and Shilonan again. Because, of course, an alternative to this would be to go with a Chevreuse Overload team. With, let's see, Verissa, Chevreuse, possibly Raiden, and maybe Bennett to wrap it up. But I'm curious to see how well Shen Yun actually works with Verissa. And whether or not we can overcome level 90 enemies with this team. I suppose in a Verissa Chevreuse team, I would use Toma for a shield, but I'm not actually certain. I'd have to check Toma's description again on whether or not his shield and burst can actually, well, proc off of plunging attacks, because if it doesn't, then he would be almost useless. Anywho, in defensive battles, travelers need to prevent their own flag from being destroyed by the attacking faction. The direction of enemy attacks will be detected in advance, and travelers can head toward that direction beforehand to intercept them. In defensive battles, there are special enemies that pose a greater threat to your flag. In defensive battles, there will be buffs that travelers can obtain by touching them. Alright. After obtaining the buffs, when a character performs a plunging attack, it will create a vortex. Yep, we know. Let's give it a little charge, shall we? There we go. Now, let's see if I have figured out how Verissa works. I've attempted her trial twice, and I think I understand how she functions. But this will be a test to see whether or not I actually get it.
Bring it! Pyroclastic surge! Full throttle! Yeah! Skyward!
Our base is in danger.
Let's have some fun, shall we?
Ow! Hero incoming! Antenna! Grant me strike!
How about this? Take a seat. All right. Raging Rico! Make way for the
You guys
attack.
kind of
Let's rock.
ignoring me,
Light up a blazing
helping
sun.
anything.
Yeah! Look out below!
Okay. So far, Verissa seems to be doing pretty well.
You'll have to get past me first.
Ooh, that's a nasty grouping.
Pyroclastic
Better not have walked out of range of that.
skyward!
We should hurry back.
Alright, we're back. So, oh! That's what you meant. Ugh. Damn it. Okay.
All right. Hear the echoes of the valley. Light up a blazing sun. Yeah. Sky cloud converge!
Headbutt! Yeah! Snap! Right? Stop! Too strong! Yeah!
Okay.
What?
Well, that was my mistake.
We need to be careful here.
Yeah, so who's targeting what this time? Oh, there you are.
Breath from the sky! Skyward!
You wanna stand down? Charge! Headbutt! Right?
I'm gonna run out of time, it looks like.
Let's have some fun, shall we? Rain of bullets! Plastic surge! Skyward!
Okay, so that's... Oh, okay. So you don't actually have to complete all of those aspects of the challenge to actually get the gold. Okay. Alright. I was gonna say, we only got to like wave 6. Mostly because I... When I heard her say go back, I thought it meant go back to the first flag. Which was incorrect, and nearly got one of the flags destroyed. Okay, well. Still managed to get the gold despite that mistake. So they're being a bit generous with this. Traverse, infiltrate, surprise. Participate in the attack with Kanish. Steep cliffs, difficult to breach due to their rugged terrain, are often overlooked in the heat of battle. However, for the Scions of the Canopy, these natural barriers provide the perfect route for a surprise attack. Oh, I just noticed. I don't actually get to choose difficulty for the attack. The only distinction there is whether or not I actually manage to finish it in time or not. Okay. Yeah, okay, so the defense, you can choose the difficulty. Offense, you simply do it fast. Alright. Okay, now we have Kanish once again. Let's see, for him, let's go... Now, he can actually benefit from having, having Toma on the team. Get some burning going. Now, I've been finagling team compositions a little bit, so let me just make sure that my Toma's actually built. Yeah. And Toma's one of the very few units that I have... I want more constellations for, but just don't have any. Okay, well. Let's see, martial trial scenario. When a character triggers burning on an enemy, the dendro res and pyro res of that enemy are both reduced by 40% for 5 seconds. Well, a free VV going into that, huh? When the attacking side captures a stronghold, the following buffs will apply. Phlogiston consumption decreased by 70%. Elemental skill damage increased by 120. And Kanish's skill cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds. Additionally, when Kanish uses Scale Spiker Cannon, the cooldown of his elemental skill is further reduced by 2 seconds. After the attacking side breaks all enemy barriers, Kanish will release a shockwave at the enemy's position when dealing elemental skill damage, dealing true damage. A shockwave can be released in this way once every 3 seconds. Yep, definitely want their burning going into this. And if I had Emily, this would be where I'd use her, but I do not. I think Emily would be a better pick over... potentially better than Moeka. It's kind of a trade-off since Moeka's burst can basically eradicate everything in one swing, or do really, really, really good damage, whereas Emily generally would improve the burning effect. So, single hit of really, really high damage, or strengthening general damage would be the trade-off there, I suppose. But not really a question since I don't have Emily. Okay. Let's see. I see a oh, something was just taking damage. Okay. So the verticality is a real issue here. Alright. Let's go over this way straight away.
Victory, as expected.
Running away?
Here's Becca!
Light of the blazing sun!
All right.
Okay.
Oh, glory!
Don't get too close! I got you covered!
Let's run! Rev the sky! Rev the engines!
Measly insects! Now you must pay. All right. Let this land henceforth be the dominion of the
Looks like a stalemate. Should we pull back?
Stalemate, you say?
All right, let's finish this fast.
Stick around!
Supporting fire! Fire it up!
Light it up!
Let the mountain's veins boil!
Target acquired!
Each is certainly interesting. Okay, that's our first shot.
Charge!
How much time? Not quite. Let's see. Nope. Harness the abilities of companions from the science of the canopy to score as many points as possible within the time limit. Dirty fruits will appear during the challenge, and touching them will cause the remaining challenge time to decrease. Okay. Alright, so it's like the timing.
Yeah.
Alright, fire again.
Charge!
And one more. Good measure. Down they go.
Charge!
Yes, it indeed is time to charge.
Oh,
Here's
come
Kraken.
on!
Let's
Show me your
dismiss the
courage!
Pyroclastic surge!
All right. Hear the echoes of the valley.
For the Lord of the Night. Locked on.
The dead would rage! Dragon fire!
I got you covered. Don't get too close.
Light up the blazing sun! Try and stop me!
Oh. And down they come. Alright. On to the next. Another defensive stage. Participate in the defense with Kachina. Like rock-solid mountains, resilience lies not only in a warrior's armor, but also in their resolve. All attacks are doomed to shatter against the Children of Echo's enduring spirit. Huh. Protect the flag from being destroyed and defeat 8 enemies while Turbo Twirly is on field. Alright, well, I don't have much of a choice there, do I? Good thing they're giving me their copy of Kachina, because my copy is completely unbuilt. Okay. Scroll of Cinder City is good. 888 is good on the talents. C0, though. For a 5-star, that's not too bad, but for a 4-star? Well, okay. Gotta say, this one, this one kind of feels like I'm working against Kachina, as opposed to with her. Let's see, when a character triggers Crystallize on an enemy, the elemental res of that enemy related to the triggered elemental type is reduced by 40%, so Viridescent Venerer Shred then. Within 50 seconds of receiving the buff, characters in the Night's Soul Blessing state will release a shockwave at the enemy's position after dealing elemental skill damage to them, dealing true damage and trapping enemies in the area for 3 seconds. Okay, well. Let's see what to do. Crystallizing is interesting, but if it just increased geo damage by 40, or specifically shredded geo resistance? But no, it's elemental type, so it's... No, it's the action... Well... in this case... I think we will go... we'll go for broke and just use Nuvalet and Farina. Yeah, none of the enemies there look to be Hydro, so this should work out. I certainly don't mind using the characters they give me, but, well, Kachina is not really all that impressive on the offense. So, gonna be relying on Nuvalet and Farina for this one. Okay. So here's one flag. Okay.
Time to shine! Right here! Get back!
Nope. Ended up getting too far. Okay.
Right here!
Yeah. Nope. No.
Prepare
Let's
yourself!
finish this back.
Gotcha!
Okay. Don't think that buff is actually all that useful.
Looks like we're about to face a seriously strong
Come
opponent.
on.
Right here!
I'm going to regret ignoring me in a second.
Strike a pose! Let the world collide! Wait, hear me! Drilling down! Our base is under attack!
Yep, I see that. And they're just ignoring me and running right at the flag. Literally.
You've got this, traveler!
Get out here.
Time to shine!
Bow your head. Let the mighty be humble.
Actually getting through 10 waves of this is going to be a bit
All right,
tricky.
you asked for it.
Shower me with...
Prepare yourself.
Here goes! Clear the area!
Settle down. Let's start.
Barbados, Laris.
Lightning, echoing song!
Bow your head. The tides beckon.
You have a lot of health. Nope, definitely not going to make it to 10 waves.
Looks like we're about to face a
You'd have to
seriously
win
strong
that
opponent.
to be able to that. Okay. Well, still good enough for the gold, which is all we're after at the moment. Okay. Now on to the offensive. Air supremacy and close support. Participate in the attack with Chaska. Whoever controls the air has the initiative on the battlefield, and the skies are a stage belonging only to the Flower Feather clan. Boldly launch your assault from the air, and let Kukusor wings cast the shadow of defeat upon your enemies. Alright. Now, I actually do have Chaska. And my Chaska is level 90, so probably a bit tougher than their Chaska. And I've also got a decent enough artifact set for her. Let's see. Yeah, I could use a better circlet, I guess. Definitely need a better goblet. Because most of my goblets went the way of elemental specificity. Whereas Chaska most definitely prefers having an attack goblet, which is unusual. Alright. Each time a character deals one type of elemental damage, the current on-field character's attack increases by 30% and crit damage by 20% for 5 seconds. The bonus from each type of elemental damage exists independently and independently timed and can stack up to 3 times. Okay, so Chaska's going to get a huge boost out of this. When the attacking side captures a stronghold, the following buffs will apply. Character's phlogiston consumption decreases by 70%. After Chaska hits enemies with a charged attack, a vortex will be generated at the enemy's position, pulling in nearby enemies that last for 5 seconds. This effect can trigger once every 6 seconds. Enemies affected by the vortex will have their all-elemental res reduced by 40%. After the attacking side breaks all enemy barriers, Chaska will release a shockwave at the enemy's position when dealing charge attack damage, dealing true damage. Okay, so let me see. Probably can't go wrong with Shilonen. I would go Citlali, but with Chaska being in the air, I kind of doubt that I'll actually need a shield for this. So instead, let's go with Farina and Moika to get a whole... actually, I do want to have a healer on hand, because I don't tend to like going with no healer or shield. Though it might be interesting to swap Shilonen. Yeah, we're gonna try this. We'll swap Shilonen for Raiden. Really go all in with the sub-attackers. Okay. Well, let's see how this pans out. Ideally, Chaska will keep well out of harm's reach, and we'll be able to do loads and loads of damage. Though I don't believe I've ever actually tried this team in particular. So we shall see. Looks like I'm actually going to need Chaska just to get around here. Okay. Alright, so there's the base. Literally at the base of the cliff. Okay.
Another victory. Let's ride. Wrath from the sky.
Fighting
Full
through the
throttle.
swords, are we?
Strike a pose!
Shine down.
Take me up! Bullseye!
Open fire.
Figured you'd be waking up.
Open fire. Open fire. Open fire.
Okay, that's a lot of damage. Okay. Going to need a little faster ascent.
Another victory.
Okay. On to the next target. Almost there. I'll wait a few seconds. Deliver the first shot. There we go.
Keep this up.
Okay, that's 1. 2 to go. Harness the abilities of companions from the Flower Feather Clan to score as many points as possible within the time limit. Dirty fruits will appear during the challenge, and touching them will cause the remaining challenge time to decrease. Alright, shot number 2.
Very good.
I only wish there was a bit more to distinguish those hits. Okay. Looks like there's another one over here.
Another victory. Enemy incoming. Keep calm.
They're trying to steal our first stronghold.
Burn it down.
Yoo-hoo! Time to shine! Ugh!
Knock them down.
Let's fly!
Take a look behind the veil. Open fire.
Blows.
Open fire.
And number 3.
Very good.
Shield is down. So we launch our attack.
Pyroclastic surge. Rev the.
Strike a pop!
There is no escape.
Let's fly!
Take a deep breath and launch it.
Bullseye!
I just deleted that through.
Open fire.
Ooh, you've got a lot of health. Why do you have so
Take
much
a look
health?
behind the veil.
Bullseye!
Fire in the hole.
Okay,
Let's ride. Light up the blazing sun.
reset our
Stop.
abilities.
Showering with praise!
Too
Good
long.
mining! Echo!
Illusion shattered.
Take me up!
Open fire. Open fire.
Okay. Alright, that was actually kind of fun. Alright, and now on to the last. I'm actually kind of sad these are through. Dynamic defense. Participate in the defense with Seat Lolly. Mystic arts and intellects are not merely tools for researching the unknown, but the foundation of securing victory in warfare. On a battlefield of their own making, the Masters of the Night Wind shall never fail. Okay. And of course I have my own Seat Lolly to work with. And under the circumstances, we'll just go with my preferred Mawika team. Though admittedly, we've got this kind of turned around. Usually I would flip Mawika and Seat Lolly's positions on this. But, well, hopefully that won't screw up the muscle memory too much. And hopefully these enemies won't all be immune to pyro. Anywho, martial trial scenario. When a character triggers frozen or melt on an enemy, The crit damage of all characters in the team will increase by 60% for 5 seconds. Within 50 seconds of receiving the buff, after the current on-field character creates a shield, a shockwave will be released at the character's position, dealing true damage and interrupting enemies. A shockwave will be released in this way once every 15 seconds. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Taking longer to load than the last one. Alright.
Lolling! He's Papa! Get him! Someone's broken through our defenses? Oh, that doesn't sound too
Ignored me.
promising.
Smashed or scorched, which will it
Show me
be?
your moves. Let's finish this fast.
Hello, either.
Get to work!
Let's finish this fast. All right, let's finish this fast.
Yoo-hoo! Think you're a match for Granny?
Smashed or scorched, which will...
Lolling! He's Papa! Get
You'll be frozen.
I see through you!
Brave
Don't be
names
a
echo!
killjoy! We've only just...
Incinerate!
Smashed or scorched, which will it be? Aha!
Incinerate!
Smashed or scorched, which will it be?
Fulfill our task! Suffer the wrath of the Eastling! Get to work! Strike up! Seems like trouble. Watch out!
We're already on wave
Time to
6.
end them! Get to work!
Let's ride. Full throttle! Pyroclastic surge! Show me your
Watch out, or you'll get singed.
Ooh, these ones are kind of resilient to pyro, aren't they?
Show me your shout! Get him! Fulfill our task! Get to work! Fire! Bring it! Hear the echoes? Time to shine! Shower me!
Wrath from the sky!
Down you go.
Rev the engines!
Okay. If the enemy turns up quickly, we may actually get full
Suffer the
10
wrath of the
action waves
Eastling!
this
Show
time.
no mercy! Strike a pose! Pyroclastic
Oh, never
surge!
mind. No way I'm killing this thing that fast. It's gonna be a close one, but nope. Only wave 9 that time, though. Oh well. Well, That took a bit of doing, but we were successful. Oh, time to reap our rewards. All right. Yeah, that was actually a bit of fun. Some variety to mission objectives is quite nice every now and then. And I think we will end today's episode by going off to Mondstadt and having a visit with the Animo Archon, so that I can make a wish or two. After seeing Veressa at work alongside Shen Yun,
Skyward!
I actually do want to get Veressa. But I won't be spending any money on Veressa. So, whether I get her is going to be purely a matter of luck. I would like to get her, but we shall see. I have just under 5 wishes. And we also don't have a single copy of Janssen yet. And even if she isn't Bennett killer / replacement, it'd still be nice to have her for the collection. So, we shall see. Two. 3. Yes, looks like I'm in for disappointment. And number 4, our last one. Yep, disappointment it is. Oh well. You also have one wish. The permanent banners? Why not? Nothing but blue today. Oh well. I was already more than lucky to get Shen Yun. After all, wasn't that soft pity? And didn't have a guarantee either, so double lucky for that. So we're gonna have to get even luckier still if I'm gonna get Veressa before her banner ends. Oh well. We'll end here all the same. So, if you've enjoyed this, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Do remember to check out my Elden Ring Let's Play, as well as my playthrough of the Genshin Impact main story. I post Monday through Friday, so do remember to hit the bell to keep up with notifications. And as always, have a good day.